Hi everyone, welcome to the stream. It's very good to have you. I hope you're doing well. I'm gonna give it a little bit more time. And then I will explain a little bit about the title once we have a few people in here. I'm not really monitoring stats, so I don't know when that will be, but I'm gonna estimate a couple of minutes. And at that point, I will talk about it. By that point, I will have already switched to the game view, so, you know, you'll have a better idea of what's going on exactly. So, without too much further ado, let's hop into it. We're not leaning on this rail correctly. Hold on, sorry. This is me being very nitpicky right now. See, this is more what I would call close enough. Right on. So, as you can see, Pat has a couple of thick bandages wrapped around his head and his eyes. And that's because not yesterday, but the day before, Pat was out hunting, hunting skunk, but he couldn't find any. So he ended up doing a wolf den patrol instead. He brought down a cougar, scared off a black bear, and he had just found a skunk that he was chasing. And so he got off his horse, because you can't shoot a skunk from a horse. I don't care how good you are. I don't know. I can't do it, at least. So I got off the horse to shoot it, and I hear a local behind me shouting, and I turn and I see that he's got wolves surrounding him, so I shoot a wolf out from in front of this guy, and the next thing I know, he sends his horse into a full sprint, and he knocks me down. He knocks Pat on his ass and tramples him. And then the wolves bite into his arm and down him fully. So, that's a lot of things happening at once, so I rolled the dice to see how bad it is. Boy, howdy did I roll poorly. I rolled so poorly that I then rolled to see what the cause of the injury would have been, and of course, I hit the worst possible roll, which is that the trampling is the main cause of the wounds. I know, you'd think the bites are bad, but I mean, the worst that can happen with a bite to the arm is, you know, it disables the arm for a while. The trampling, however, caused his leg to swell up extremely, his face to swell up extremely, and his brain to swell, causing him to lose his sight. And so all of the rest of Thursday evening, Pat was blind. And then all of yesterday, Pat was completely blind. And people were very kind to him. People helped him in what way they could, treated him in what way they could. So last night before going to bed, I rolled again. And we will see where that landed today. At least, that's the current plan. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm a little sad that I didn't stream or record yesterday because there were some really good scenes there. However, there was someone who did at least catch part of it. I hope that's correct. Yeah, there we go. It's Gummy Bear. He was playing Teddy, and he caught a good portion of this roleplay. He didn't catch Pat's breakdown in the medical office when it was just him and Clara. But he caught everything after, so... Please make sure you go and follow Gummy and go check out that VOD from yesterday. In case he has two, it's going to be the earlier one. Just a heads up. But now you know at least that much. Interesante. But more importantly, it's been just the source of some good roleplay, some good story. And I think I really needed that on Pat, because, I mean, I didn't really know where to take him. And so this little detour is pretty good. Something completely different for a change. And, yeah. As long as the dice stay fair, I may be able to keep him around for long. Or longer. If the dice turn vicious, well, then I mean... If they get real vicious, that means he loses his sight permanently, and, I mean, there's not too much I can do with a blind character. So I would slowly have to retire him. But you know what? I'm content to let the dice fall where they may. It's just more interesting that way. If it's not something that's super predictable for myself or for the people I roleplay with, then I think it's just a lot more fun. So, yeah. Whereas in the past, here and there, I wasn't too sure about rolling. I think now I'm fully committed to rolling every time. And you know what's also been really fun is trying to make sure that I don't react to visual cues, like if somebody's trembling or, you know, wiping at their eyes or making a concerned face. Not to react to that, because Pat wouldn't see that. But reacting to sound, like if their voice is trembling or if they're like shuffling their feet, that kind of thing. And even outside of the medical stuff and outside of people's empathic conversation, like being on this porch and only reacting to what he might hear, it's very interesting. It's a lot of fun. Howdy. And doing that is also funny. Because people always just like walk up these stairs and go directly to the door and enter their room. But saying howdy right before they go, it's just funny to me. I don't know. I'm a little weird that way. I'm a little weird in a lot of ways, let's be fair. But you know what? Life's more fun if you're not a normal person. Yeah, I mean, what even is normal anyway? You know? It's more like, God, what was that? Somebody used a different word that was really, really good. It was like common or something like that. You're either weird or you're just common. Something like that. I don't know. And it was funny because it feels so ill. It feels so bad if somebody just says, "Oh, you're just common." I don't know. I don't know what this music is. This is something. It's vibey. So I have to turn my HUD back on, because I need to know if I'm getting any telegrams um, from medics. Because if I can't get a checkup, I can't then reveal what the role was. And that would just mean that I'm up here on this porch for a long time. I'm still not really better at controlling the camera. I'm not sure if I will ever be able to do that smoothly. Because as you can see, like if I move, it's got the human jank, you know what I mean? Like, Then I'll let the cinematic cam take care of it for now. But yeah, we've been essentially confined to Strawberry for 3 days now. Well, not quite fully 3 days, but you know what I mean. 3 days. And at a certain point, people start treating you like an NPC, and they just start talking about things in front of you, or next to you, or around you. And, well, you learn things that aren't really your business. That's how Pat learned that Michael Lynch is someone you can't trust because he's in everybody's business. He doesn't know who Michael Lynch is. But now he knows not to trust him, so I guess that's something. We also met, what was his name? Shoot. He's like some big deal criminal guy. Michael something or other. I forget. But yeah, he's one of those people who has a very intimidating presence if you can see him and hear him. But for Pat, having never seen this person before, you know, he doesn't have, like, he doesn't have the visual to pull up in his mind, and on top of that, he's never had an interaction with him, so there's nothing really to be frightened of. So when he heard him talk, and he's just paying attention to the cadence in which he speaks, the tone. And so he told, I think, Lucina, who was with him at the time, that he doesn't really see why she would be afraid of him, because, I mean, he's really not that intimidating. He's just a schemer. And Pat doesn't think you should be afraid of schemers, because you can out-scheme a schemer. You can even make a schemer change his plans. You can reason with him. The people you should be afraid of is violent people, because violent people you cannot reason with, because what they want is your pain. They want violence. Now, usually, if I want to move around from this porch, I just, I pretend that there's a local nurse guiding me around. Because otherwise, I'm literally just on this porch for however long I'm on the server. And I don't recommend that. I cannot recommend that. Like, that was a perfect example right there. People treat you like an NPC. Like, they know that there's an NPC that stands in this spot. They don't see a gun on my shoulder, they don't see a gun on my hip, and therefore they ignore the fact that there's something in front of my eyes, and they just kind of go, okay, that's an NPC. What? It is pretty funny. Gotta love being ignored. It's just too funny. Hex Steph. Welcome on in and welcome Raiders. Very, very good to have you. Hope you're all doing well. Let me make sure. To do that, if anybody was watching who hasn't yet followed Hex, please go ahead and do so. I believe Steph plays Whiskey on the server. Pat and her have never met, so we have never met in character, but I am aware. Howdy, howdy, howdy. We're blind. Can't see worth a damn. Trampling accident. And if we can ever snag a medic, we'll find out if that's permanent or not. But until that time, that's just gonna be a surprise, I guess. I hope your stream has been going well, Steph. I hope you had a lot of fun. If you have to raid and run, I understand perfectly fine. Please make sure you take very good care of yourself. And thank you for trusting me with your community. Let's quickly check. Tonight was brutal. Oh my goodness. Well past your bedtime. Hope you have a chance to run into each other sometime. That would be amazing. I think it would be very interesting to see how these two would interact. Well, if you've had a lot of brutal scenes, then you certainly have earned your rest. So, have a good night. I hope you have a really good sleep. And I will happily see you around. You will probably catch me lurking in your stream at some point or other. I think Whiskey is hilarious. There we go. We fed ourselves. We had a little drink. Back to NPC mode for a minute. Yeah, I'm basically having to wait. Actually, do I have to wait? I could at least send in a telegram. I should put local nurse. Because how else do we justify a blind man moving around like this? Okay. Let's send a telegram to medic. And this is this has to be written as he would say it, because that's how it goes. Right? If you're blind, you have to tell these people what to write. So they're gonna write exactly what you say. Obviously. Mm. All right. Howdy, y'all. I'm not too sure if y'all have anybody around right now, but I've been told to schedule an appointment for checkup, so I suppose this is my asking for it. If y'all can give me a time, approximate or exact, I'll try to make it to the medical office at that point. Just, if y'all could do me a favor and come to Strawberry, I can't rightly move around too far, except if I manage to get someone who's willing to drag my behind to another town. To drag my behind to another town and all. Well, thank you kindly. Looking forward to hearing from y'all soon. Signed, Pat. Here's to hoping. The Ranger Corps can't really do much about this. I mean, this is an injury far beyond their capabilities. I wish I could enlist their help, but I'm sorry, my dear colleagues. This is a bit out of your league. Goodness gracious. I'll await a reply on that. In the meantime, if anybody from Steph's raid stuck around, howdy howdy. Hope you're doing well. I hope y'all enjoyed Steph's stream. If there's anything y'all want to say about that, you're welcome to. If you just want to lurk, heck, can lurk away. That's all good. Lurkers are welcome. I'm not going to call y'all out. I don't look at my viewers list. If y'all are in there, great. If y'all are not, up to y'all. It's your time. You do with it what you'd like. I'm just here to try and share Pat's story wherever it may go. And I hope for the best. I hope it goes somewhere interesting. But, well, it is improvised roleplay, so you never know. For now, we are what it says in the title. We are sightless. And with that comes a whole bunch of restrictions, which, you know what? I find that creativity is heightened by restriction, so I'm gonna figure out how to get into some shenanigans. Absolutely. Actually, what do I have to get into shenaniganery with? Oh. I know we have the food, we have the medical bags, some rifle ammo, but I can't wield a rifle or a pistol because I can't see. Same with a bow. Best I could do is maybe stab a person with a knife if I need to. Or an animal. I mean, given that I'm a ranger and therefore a lawful individual, I don't really stab people or go around stabbing people. But, that's the only recourse we have if we have to defend ourselves. So there's that. $200 dues to mess around with. Let me see what's in the general store. General store. Sure, why not? I love game collision. Making you hop like a silly squirrel. Just out of curiosity, the minimap, is it blacked out by my personal choice or is it removed in WildRP? It is removed within the modifications of WildRP. So all we have down there is our compass. We can, however, pull up a map in our hands, and at that point you can see the whole map is revealed and does have a bunch of markers on it as well.
Evening.
Oh, we just had an NPC say evening through the window. That's nice, I guess. Let's see. Corned beef, peas, tomatoes. Crackers. I mean, it's not that I don't have food, it's just I want to see if I can add something. Sam's baked beans. Yeah, maybe. will definitely do is make him a cup of tea. Okay, then, I need him to get to the stove. I have been thinking at some point I'm going to pay some really close attention to the NPCs in this area. Try to make a criminal that matches them. Not sure what those two are doing down there, but alright. Crap. First I have to take the water out. Then hopefully... That's not enough, dang it. Okay. Do I need sugar? I don't know. I haven't made tea in a very long time. No, wait, I'm an idiot. I need a kettle. That's what I'm missing. I'm missing a tool, not an ingredient. Holy jeez. Now, if I invest in an apartment, I can have a stove in there, and I wouldn't need to do all this, but I haven't gone for an apartment up until this point. Kettle. There we go. Kettle. And that kettle will probably end up in a closet somewhere, I don't know. I can't put it in the bank, that's insane. It's just a kettle, just $3. $6, whatever. Now, I don't know how much tea I get out of one leaf. We'll see. We'll find out in short order. Cup of tea, that doesn't help. Okay. Okay, so it's just dependent on the water. Interesting. 3 cups of tea. Does that? No. Does that? Oh, okay, interesting. Do these? Oh. Interessante. Okay. I know sugar goes in there, but I didn't know baked beans would go in there. That's awesome. I'm just a local. Positions, everyone. Positions. But at least now, you know, we have some tea instead of just water. Some variation in the man's diet. I mean, the morning crew will just let me get away with anything. I could walk to Blackwater if I wanted to, but that would just be me being lazy. Just being like, oh, I want to bank some money. I'm just gonna walk on over to, yeah. I could do that, but realistically, who's gonna walk a blind guy from Strawberry to Blackwater? I don't think it happened. I don't think it's happening. What I can do is, in like 5 minutes, if those two are still yapping down there, just go and casually bump into them. That way, at least y'all don't have to look at this particular setup for forever. This music is gonna not be on the VOD, so if I start making noises that resemble the music, it's not gonna make any sense. Even so, the urge to sing is strong sometimes. I just saw somebody pop into the Ranger Lodge. They might just be checking on the line, but they may also have gotten... Well, actually, no, I would have seen. Because I am a Ranger, I would have gotten that notification. So I think they're just casually checking the line. Who's that? Is that Elena? I think that is Elena. She said to us, I think the day before yesterday, she likes to grab jobs off the board and then go do them if it's quiet. So that would be what she just did. Let's see if anybody's still lingering around the lodge. Oh. Psst. 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 We'll wait and see.
But they don't know, right?
That's Lucina?
I get it. I get it. Don't worry about it. I'm not telling them. Don't worry.
Yes, definitely do not tell them, please.
Will not. Don't worry.
Alright.
Better, Rachel. See you soon.
Yep, you take care now.
You as well.
What's that bounty hunter, I think? Rachel, I think her name is.
Hi, Pat.
Howdy, howdy.
What you up to?
Well, I woke up not too long ago, so... yeah, I don't know. Just kind of taking in the sounds.
I see. Well, I had a short little, on duty this morning. I have some things I have to tend to, but maybe I'll be back around later.
Yeah, no worries. You make sure you tend to what you need to.
Yeah. Just wanted to say hi. I saw you standing here.
I appreciate it.
Well, I hope those ice keys have been helping.
They really have, actually. Nurse was impressed with how well it helped with the swelling, so...
Yeah, that's good. Well, let's hope the swelling keeps going down. It'll be good.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'm
Fingers
gonna turn
crossed.
in. So, you have a
Alrighty.
good one, alright?
Will do. I'll catch you sometime later, baby.
Yep.
Ah, Lena. She's very sweet. Yeah. So. We're gonna just still go on that walk. But that was, yeah. It was nice. She's sleepy. I think I'm gonna run into a lot of sleepy folk. It having been Friday night and all. I know how people are. I know how role players are specifically. You know, we get into some shenanigans on a Friday night, and then before we know it, it's Saturday morning. Hi, kitty cat. You're cute. Little chonker. Look at him. Look at this little chonky boy. If you were real, I would pet you so much you have no idea. My goodness. I love cats, man. God dang it. God dang it. I wish I still had my own kitty cat. But alas. Okay. Now what? Maybe... oh, no, no. Doing tours around town don't help nobody. Least of all, me. Me. I can just go back and see. I'll go see how much it is actually to get an apartment. Maori. Hello, hello. Welcome on in. It's very, very good to have you. I hope you're doing well. You saw me on your feed. Ho 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 ho. I didn't realize I ended up on people's feed. That's cool. Well, welcome on in. It's good to have you. Do you play on WildRP as well? Let's see. So one room, $25 a week, hotel room. Okay. So it's 110 for a one room. You can place 70 pieces of furniture, 2 storage containers, 110 a week. 2 rooms, 270. Jesus, that goes up a lot. Okay. But 2 rooms gives us 100 pieces and 3 storage containers. So a 3 room has to be ridiculous, right? Oh. Dang it. Okay. Woo. And per week too. That's insane. But it does give 140 pieces of furniture. 3 rooms. Yeah, I think I would just do like a 1 or a 2 room. Probably a 2 room. But then I have to figure out how to make $275 a week. And I have to figure out furniture costs. Goodness gracious. Well, I'll figure it out. Whoa there, buddy.
Morning, sir.
Morning. Okay, so, I'd have to figure out like a whole purpose for the 2 rooms, some kind of an aesthetic. I'll probably do that off stream at some point, because that'll take me a hell of a lot of time. And in my current condition, in character, that doesn't make any sense. For those of you who are new to not only my stream, but WildRP in general, WildRP is a Red M modded server. Obviously for roleplay purposes. You can find the WildRP website and everything if you give it a quick Google. You can play on this server as a civilian, a criminal, an outlaw, a lawman, a medical professional, a ranger, which is what I'm playing right now, or a transit authority individual. And obviously, if you're a civilian, you could be like a fisherman, a tea vendor, a huntsman, whatever you'd like. There's bounty hunting too, that's relatively new. You'd have to look up a bit about what that actually entails, but yeah, plenty of options for roleplay. And yeah, you'll see that there's a couple of things that are quite... I can speak. Shoot! You'll see that there's a couple of things that are really similar to the base game. You'll see that a lot of things are different. Different poses you can take. Minimap being gone from your compass. That kind of thing being very obvious differences. But yeah. In my personal experience, it's a lot of fun. It's obviously improvised roleplay. None of what you see going on is scripted. So that also means that whenever you have a conversation with somebody, you never know how it's going to end up. Any interaction could go any which way. And I think that's part of the charm. So yeah, think of it as like a bit of puppetry because you are controlling the character, and a bit of voice acting because you're trying to give your character a voice and you're trying to convey emotions through that voice, which you may have to do a little extra because you're not always going to be quick enough to do the appropriate puppetry. The main requirement for this server, I think, is, you know, a good quality microphone. That's going to be the main thing. If you have a good quality microphone and a good quality PC, that's just going to be more fun for you. That's a quick rundown of it, just in case. If during my stream you come up with another question, you can always ask, of course, no problem. Just be aware that if I'm in the middle of a conversation with another character, obviously it's going to take me a little time to come back to you and answer your question at that point. Yeah.
Morning to you.
Morning. Actually, I can go sneakily look at some furniture. I'm just gonna put it like that so nobody knows exactly where I'm going. But I'm gonna go and visit the creepy little shack up the hill here next to Strawberry. And just have a quick gander. There's a bunch of different stuff. I think even some of the stuff on the outside here you could purchase. Yeah, like the wooden chair, this random robin egg dining table. Can't buy the fountain though for whatever reason. Oh, you can even buy the lanterns. I didn't know that. Interesting. Can you buy some of the animals? No. I see you, raccoon. Your lucky Pat doesn't. This is cool as all hell. But you can't buy it. Whoa. We have this creepy lady. Howdy, creepy lady. She sells some taxidermy kits. She'll literally sell you tooth and nail. Yeah. Anyway, stupid joke. Never mind me. Or deer statue. I think the oak bed is what is standard in a hotel room in Strawberry. So that's cool. Their gloves, knife. Single tea light. What's that? Behind lacquer brush. Huh. Odd rope. What the? Sparrow carcass? Okay. Just randomly. You know what? Fine. I guess I own a sparrow now. What the hell? Okay, I like that we can buy those as well. 14 bucks, not bad. Dainty scissor box. That's an interesting combination of words. Hmm. Very interesting. Box of tools. It's a little sad that you can't buy any of these. These are fun. What is that? What is just a barrel? Small wood basin. Okay. Huh. Well, okay, so there's a couple of nice things in here. But probably the majority of, like, good furniture and such is gonna be found more, like, Saint-Denis and Blackwater. Oh, jeez, that's rough. Okay. Well, we know now. That's a good thing. Now I just gotta hope that I make it back before anybody notices I went all the way up here. Fingers crossed. There's no way I can do those stairs. Oh, I got lucky. If I got snake bit, just imagine you're blind and then on top of that you get snake bit. Jesus Christ. Unluckiest person alive. Let's see how much I can get for that sparrow that I randomly picked up through the wall. $3. Beats just having it in my pocket. Boink. I'll take it. Thanks. Appreciate it. What do you got? Herbalist pouches. Actually, that's gonna be good for later. So I'll buy those later, not now.
Hey, partner.
Howdy. Can you try not to step on me, please? Thanks. I swear, these locals, they just want to kill you, man. They're so focused on you. Okay. We may be what I call SOL, which is to say shit out of luck. In terms of trying to get a medic checkup. So that scared the living piss out of me. I'm just gonna do a quick check in here to see if there's anything in here that we could potentially buy in terms of furniture, and if not, then I'm gonna have to probably end the stream for a bit, just until there's actually something to stream other than me floundering around being a blind man. They won't actually let you not buy anything. Okay. Well, dang it. That is just unfortunate. But that's the way it goes. Like I said, it's improvised roleplay. You never know what you're gonna get until the time you actually get into it. Alrighty. I'm gonna end here for now. It's been a very, very short stream, and I do apologize, but there's nothing to be done on this character until we get that medical check. If I get that sorted, I will start another stream later on, but for now, I'm going to send you on to someone else who's streaming WildRP for us, the Renegade TV. Not too familiar with them, but I'm sure that they will provide some entertainment. There we go. Thank you all very, very much for watching. I appreciate you. And until next time, please take very good care of yourselves and of those around you. And I will catch you happily in the next stream. Until then, bye-bye.